What's up, Christian Sports Podcasters out here? We are breaking down the NBA from December 18th to December 25th, the Christmas week. Merry Christmas, everybody. I know I'm recording this a little bit late. It's like I'm recording this on December 26th, 2025, and it's like 4 more days left till New Year's. By the way, what's your New Year's resolutions? But let's get straight back into it. This stretch shows where the league slows down just enough to reveal who actually knows who they are. Christmas games, national spotlight, tired legs, and the real pressure. Let's get into it. But before that, the intro. The Christmas week in the NBA is always different. These games don't count more in the standings, but they count more in perception. Stars shows up, coaches shorten rotations, and other teams either rise to the moment or completely disappear. These are the teams that embrace the moment. The Oklahoma City Thunder, of course, even though they lost to the Spurs, I believe they lost their 3 back-to-back games. They lost to the Timberwolves and 2 games to the Spurs. But they still look comfortable in the big moments. SGA doesn't rush, doesn't force shots, and he never looks overwhelmed. This team feels ahead of schedule, and the Christmas week completely confirmed it. The next team is the Minnesota Timberwolves. Anthony Edwards completely loves the spotlight. His confidence, leadership, and intensity made a statement. Minnesota looks built for physical and emotional games. The next team is the Denver Nuggets. Denver treats Christmas week like business as usual. Jokic does not chase the moments. He completely controls them. Speaking of Jokic, I ain't gonna lie to you. Every single time that I see Jokic versus Rudy Gobert, he absolute dominates, man. Y'all see, I believe last year's playoffs, this man was averaging nearly like a 40-point triple-double. Because I remember this one game when he had 56. Yeah, 56. No, 46. But then last night, 2 nights ago, he had 46 on the Timberwolves, which is completely crazy. I'm telling you, Rudy Gobert, I don't know what you did to the Celtics, man, but every single time it's just belt, and belt. But yeah, man, Nikola Jokic is still my MVP candidate so far, but that calm identity completely keeps him steady when others tighten up. Another team is the Milwaukee Bucks, because Giannis brings them consistency and force every single night. Christmas games or on a random Tuesday, doesn't really matter. That reliability separates contenders from hopeful teams. And now here is the teams that felt the pressure. The Luka era in Los Angeles. Luka shines offensively, but the Christmas week exposed their defense without Anthony Davis anchoring the paint. Mostly because of Luka Doncic. They traded their best defender for, one of the worst defenders in the league, but a better offensive player that can completely run your offense and make your offense seem like it's very, very top tier when he's on the court, of course. But every game turned into an absolute shootout, great for highlights, but stressful for wins. That's the reason why I don't have the Lakers really beating anybody in the playoffs so far, because their defense is just that lackluster. But in other teams, I don't really have beating anybody in the playoffs and making the playoffs. It's the LA Clippers, because Bradley Beal continues to struggle finding his rhythm in big games, and his impact just isn't there consistently. Christmas spotlight made that completely impossible to ignore. Another team I don't really have making the playoffs or even winning, I'll say 15 more games, is the Phoenix Suns, because they're still searching for consistency. They flash dominance, then they lose on momentum. Christmas week really highlighted how fragile the regular can be. And they rely too much on their second unit because, what's his name? I always forget his man's name. Oh my God, what is his name? Colin Gillespie. I like him. His game completely suits me because he hustles. He's not really fast. He's not really, athletic. He's just a random YMCA player, but his hustle is completely, you can't really deny that man hustle. That man hustles for every single bucket that he gets, every single rebound that he gets, every single assist that he gets. He's a complete hustle player, and I really admire that about him. Another team that I don't really have making the playoffs or at least winning, 15 or 20 more games left this season is the Toronto Raptors, because Brandon Ingram, yes, he's producing, but the chemistry is still a work in progress. Holiday games showed flashes, but still not stability. And these are the injuries shaping the holiday stretch. Again, I kind of run through this like every single time. It's a Dame Lillard with the Portland Trailblazers, because without Dame, they still lack, veteran leadership. Some good shooting since Scooter Henderson. He can't really be your point guard right now. As it stands, Shaedon Sharpe, he's an amazing player. I saw this one dunk when he completely posterized, I believe, a person on the Thunder, right? He went completely vertical and yammed right on his nugget, boy. That was absolutely insane. But yeah, Portland Trailblazers, they still lack shooting, and outside of Jeremy Grant, who's not really playing exceptionally well. That man is playing complete dookie butt buns. But outside of Jeremy Grant, their veteran leadership completely lacks. Another team who lacks their main star is Tyrese Halliburton, because he was basically their whole entire offense, the main reason why they made the finals and the conference finals 2 years right before that one. Well, a year right before this finals that just happened like in the summertime. But yeah, Halliburton, he completely shapes their team, makes their team run, makes them want to get past the ball, makes them want to completely assist the ball, makes them want to score the ball. That's basically their whole entire team right there. It's basically Tyrese Halliburton. But don't forget, they did lose Miles Turner in the offseason, even though that their GM said that he was going to resign Miles Turner. That man completely lied right through his teeth. But yeah, another team is the Anthony Davis, Mavericks. It's Anthony Davis and the Mavericks. The Mavericks can't really rely on him right now. Even though Cooper Flag, he's an absolute menace. That man is an absolute menace. He broke the record, I believe, like a few weeks ago by breaking LeBron James' record by being 18 and I would say maybe 2 weeks out from being 19. The youngest person to ever score over 30, and that's now thanks to Cooper Flag. He now got the record. But yeah, Anthony Davis, his ability, his availability always remained the question around him. It's not really about his scoring or his defense. His defense and the scoring has already been, top tier, like the top tier echelon of the NBA in both of those specific categories. But it's always just been his availability. Just like that, just like Charles Barkley always say, street clothes. I mean, you always see this man in complete street clothes. But yeah, these are the stars who stood completely tall and completely above the rest. First one, of course, one of my AP candidates, SGA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He's completely poised, patient, and reliable. SGA looks like a star who belongs on the Christmas stage. Even though I'm low-key getting sick and tired of this man foul baiting tactics. And maybe it's just me. Maybe just because I don't really respect him. Well, I respect him. It's just like my favorite player right now is most definitely Ant-Man or my Bulls, Josh Giddey, but it's definitely Ant-Man because he remind me of like a younger version of, well, not really a younger version. I would say 1 year right out of his prime. 1 year right before his prime, Michael Jordan. And I would say that because the way he completely commands his team offensively, completely insane. Even though Julius Randle's there, I still know I can't really be your second best player on your team right now. Even though last year he definitely was helping. Don't forget about Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert defensively, he's amazing. Offensively, that can't be like your top four best player. I ain't gonna lie to you. His offense is such a detriment to that team. And sometimes his defense doesn't really make up for it. It can't be but Anthony Edwards. His confidence completely through the roof. He doesn't shrink, and he grows in big moments. Another team is the Kevin Durant-led Rockets. KD's presence calms the game. He slows things down. Then when the pressure ramps up, you always know who's going to be there to straight up just, what that boy Chet Humphries said, Hazy Tween Poole, midi, cash. I'm telling you, that boy is lethal from that mid-range. You got to at least guard. Low-key, you might got to start guarding this man a little better because now I think we have more, lanky defenders who can actually guard him. It's just, he's still like basically 7 foot, 220, like 20 pounds, and he can Hazy Tween splash right in your face too. It's crazy. It's like, you you can't really guard him because he's 7 foot and he can head between pull like he's a 6'2" point guard. But you basically you gotta pray to the God. Like pray to God, pray to Jesus, and you hope he misses. Another person is Giannis, because when his force meets the focus, he continues to completely be the Bucks' foundation. But this is what the Christmas week taught us. Christmas game revealed team's confidence. OKC and Minnesota and the Spurs look completely fearless. The Spurs are they might be that one team that we need right now, man. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm starting to see a lot. That's someone else at my door, but I'm starting to see a lot, happening between, that the Oklahoma City Thunders is kind of like the LeBron-led Heat, and the Spurs, they're kind of like a rerun of like the Thunder with James, Kevin Durant, and Russell Westbrook, because Stephon Castle, he reminds people of younger Russell Westbrook, mostly because of his, ferocious dunking ability, and, just basically that. And with Dennis Harper coming off the bench, a lefty scorer, who does that remind you of? James Harden, right? And then you got a lanky 7 foot, minutes on the court who can head who splash like he's Kevin Durant, but that's Victor Wembanyama. They're basically kind of reminding me of like the Spurs. Of the Thunder. But yeah, another team is Denver. Still remains the standard. The Bucks still completely stay steady. The Lakers need defensive answers. The Clippers need Bills to rise up, which he's not gonna rise up. I think he's been past his prime for like the past two years. I think once he got that contract extension, he fell off the face of the earth. But then after that, its injuries are reshaping the seasons. We could definitely already see that part. December habits matter more than just hype, like the Spurs. No, not the Spurs, the Suns and the Raptors. Like, because those two teams, and like I believe in November as a whole, the Raptors were completely picking up steam because B.I. started hooping like he's like prime DeMar DeRozan. I won't really say no, like he's kind of like a rerun of like a rerun of Michael Jordan a little bit because of his mid-range masterpieces. But I'll say like a little bit lean a little bit more to DeMar DeRozan, because Michael Jordan is just that much better than both of them combined. It's completely insane. But big stages are exposing team weak identity, and the second half of the season starts now. This week wasn't about gifts, it was about completely growth. And now, as we close out the Christmas week, here is the Bible verse for today. Isaiah 9:6. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder. A reminder of hope, peace, purpose, and on and off the court. Merry Christmas. You're late Christmas now. Stay safe, and I'll see you next week. I'm out.